Hey there, and welcome back to Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the game! As you recall in the last episode, I showed you the reskin of the Autobot leader into Silverbolt, and now I'm actually back with a significantly updated version of a already showcased character, that being Breakaway. Now, this guy has received a huge overhaul from when you last saw him, like, huge. He got a lot done. Yes, he did. Let's just get to it already. I don't know where this is going. But I have a couple UI changes to mention. You can see the menu has a slight different color pattern, as you can see. You know, that's pretty basic, you know. I'm trying to keep it simple, but not, you know, different enough. But something really cool is that the campaign selection screen. Check out the new menu. I've added a nice red-purple G1 background with the white grid, as you can see, and the faction symbols now have a appropriate color effect, I guess you could say. The Autobots have the red effect, Decepticons have the purple one. Nice touch, huh? Yeah. Took a little bit to get this working, but yeah, very happy with this. But yeah, let's get to Breakaway. And behold, the finalized version of G1 Colors Breakaway, aka Getaway. So, this guy has had a lot done from when you last saw him. It may not be so noticeable right off the bat, because a lot of these touches are really on the deep inner side. We're gonna get deep into stuff. There were a lot of things I changed to make this guy look a whole lot better than what he previously was, because there was a lot there that I was really not good, and this, as it stands, is done. He is fully finished, everything about him is done, and he turned out really, really good. But I'm gonna jump off and show you a few renders to compare just what has been changed with him. So here is a render of the original skin. It's alright. Not too bad looking, but a lot has been changed. Compare that to this. Yeah. Like I said, there's been a lot changed with this guy. And I don't know if I'll remember everything, but I'll do my best here. So let's start from the top, I suppose. First, he has received a general update to a lot of his white parts, because if you look at the wings, for example, you can see that the contrast on those is pretty high, and it just looked too bold. It didn't blend very well together. So I came back with it and give it a much more unified, less bold, bright, contrasted white, and it looks very nice. I've also added a decent scratch job all throughout this guy's blue paint. You can see it on the wings, the arms, especially the fingers. Wait till you see the hands. Oh, those look really good. There were also a lot of inconsistencies with the blue color throughout, so I've made the blue all one color, or at least balanced it out so it all looks the same. Heading to the arms is where some really significant changes have been made. One of my personal favorite changes is at the shoulder. Looking at the original, it was just a carryover from the original Breakaway, but I looked back at the figure, which I based him off of, and gave him a new shoulder section very much resembling that figure, which makes it now white, with a little bit of that, I don't know what color you'd call that, but red in a sense, with a white Autobot symbol inside it, and oh, that really made this guy for me. Moving on, I also changed the color of this section here on his arm. I made it blue to blend with the rest of the design, which it also now features a scratch job, so that's very nice. And his hands, oh, his hands. Look at that scratch job. Look at that. My original design for that was just all blue, flat blue, didn't bother scratching it, didn't get the joint areas. I have since resolved that, and oh my goodness, I love his hands. But yeah, you really gotta look at that scratch job in this design because I don't think I did any of that originally. Here's a direct front view. Most of it's still the same, just way more polished and the scratches are way more apparent. Oh yeah, check out his feet. Give him a nice scratch job on his feet. Scratches are life, children. Remember that. Here's the side, which... No, gives you another great look at the hands. The hands. Oh, I love the hands. Really nice. That scratch job just makes everything better. Then we have the back, which there have been quite a few changes there as well. One of the main ones is the inclusion of bot symbols on the wings. Now, I'll get into this more when we cover jet mode, but you'd be surprised how one simple thing like that can make a world of difference. But, moving on, I added some blue to the back of his knees, which I think I just did to make it look more colorful, I guess. It just seemed like it would work, and to be fair, it does. Again, simple changes, but they really add together to make a whole more concisive skin. There's probably a lot of minor little enhancements that I'm going to forget, because I don't remember what all I did for this guy, but those are the main bits. Again, this guy's done. But, let's move on to jet mode, shall we? So here is the original jet mode for Breakaway. It's alright, you know. It's nothing really special. Honestly, it's kind of icky in some ways. It's a simple design. I mean, adapting a car deco onto a jet isn't exactly easy, but I worked with what I had. That's the old version. Let's see the new one. Now, how much better is that? Yeah? Okay, well, generally speaking, it's the same basic white body, but this time around, I have added a scratch job to the blue, which, again, the importance of scratches cannot be underestimated. They bring so much life to a skin that they're just very critical to have. But, that aside, you will notice that there are some, the bright white spots are gone and blended with a more natural scratch. Those kind of stuck out a bit too much, and I darkened them and made them look much more natural, because those bright spots really can throw things off a bit. I also added a new section of blue down at his intakes, because I figured I should follow the pattern of the line, make it go down there, just to finish it off. It's a nice little touch that, you know, doesn't add much, but it works. His vertical stabilizers have had that top bright section balanced out to all be one consistent color, and there is a bit of a scratch job there as well. His cockpit has been slightly cleaned up. I guess the damaged section of the original just didn't jive for me, so I took another texture and cleaned it up a bit. And he's got a much cleaner bot symbol on his nose. His nose also got a bit of a texture cleanup. I think the original was a bit too bright. Yeah, there was some extra bright sections of white along the jet that I cleaned up and made it a lot more consistent, so that helped too. Oh, and the thing at the front, that I can't make that red. It's really weirdly set up. The texture for it is like somewhere on the body of the jet somewhere, so it's not properly UV'd. I don't know what they did, but they didn't bother to give it its own section in the UV map, so it has to stay white, unfortunately. I can't change it without it looking ugly on the rest of the body, so that's just gonna have to stay. But without a doubt, my most favorite change I made on this guy are the bot symbols on the wings. It is such a simple feature, but it looks so good. I wasn't originally planning on doing this, but looking through G1 characters, as far as I know, every flyer has faction symbols on their wings. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, all of them do, and I figured, let's try it and see how it works, and it added so much, despite being such a simple feature, and it just worked out way better than I could have hoped. Moving on to other angles, here's a full topside view. There you can see the bright sections of white I cleaned up. Oh, and the scratches just look so much better on the white. Oh yeah, and one other weird thing. The original texture has this weird black dot near the intake. And I don't know what those are, but it's weird and I don't like it, so I got rid of it. That'll be in an enhanced version of Breakaway's jet, eventually. But it's gone. Oh yeah, and his wing texture. My method for this was a little, not fully refined. If you look at the older texture, you can see a lot of, similar texture pieces. You know, you kind of see similar patterns going on in there. Yeah, I didn't like that because it made the wings look too weird. So, if you go back, you could see the wing texture is a lot more unique, so it's not looping nearly as much. So, another great fix. Here's another back view, which gives you a nice look at that scratch job on the horizontal stabilizers. Isn't it amazing what a little bit of scratching will do? Yeah, it really is. That's all I can really show via renders. I'll just jump back in game and show you the jet real quick. So, let's fly away, Breakaway. It's, you know, pretty much the same deal. Oh, and I almost forgot. If you look at the spot symbols on the wings, you can see there's. Hang on. It's got. I even gave them a white outline. It was an interesting style adapting a car to a jet. But, you know, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. Alright, well, I think that's all I have to say for updated G1 Breakaway. But next week, we're taking a look at an updated version of the Autobot leader himself, Optimus Prime. And just wait till you see him. He's so much better than that crud I did before. You're in for a treat. I'll see you in the next one. Later.